Okay, guys. So we're going to start with our rose thorn bud. So does anybody, first, why don't you show me your zones today? So are you in the green zone, blue zone? Anybody in the yellow zone? I can tell it doesn't look like anybody's in the red zone. Okay, so I'm seeing a lot of people in the green zone and the blue zone. Tommy, if you could, yeah, there we go. Thank you. And Angel, you can write in the chat, please. So, all right, let me start with you, Joey, if you would like to share what's going on with you today, if you want to share your zone or share your rose thorn bud. And then I'll go with Leah and Michaela.
I have a thorn, and it's yesterday. I had to shovel out my geese pen. It was disgusting because they don't know how to control their bladder. And this morning, I was making a bowl of cereal, and then I took the bag out of the box because do it like that, and then the bag ripped open and all of my Cinnamon Toast Crunch went over the floor, and I was really sad.
Oh, that's a bummer. Did you have enough to get to have a bowl for breakfast?
Yeah.
Okay, good. But some days it's like when it rains it pours, right? Lots of bad stuff happens. So I'm sorry. I hope your day starts going better. Leah, we'll go with you, then Michaela and Dylan.
Okay, I'm having a good day, and I really, really love Haley's hair. It's like pink in the front.
Whose hair, Haley?
Haley Monroe.
Ooh, Haley, did you get it dyed?
Oh, I do it. I just get dyed. So.
Cool. You do it with like hair chalk or with something else?
No, actual hair dye. I only got my hair like actually dyed once, but I've dyed it a lot since then.
Cool. That looks neat. All right, well, I'm glad you're having a good day, Leah. And that was nice of you to give Haley a compliment. Okay, Michaela, and then Dylan.
I'm really in the blue zone because well, it's also a thorn too. I didn't get much sleep last night. I had nightmares all night, so the only sleep I did get wasn't good. So, and then I woke up at 5 o'clock after a nightmare, not being able to go back to sleep. Yeah, but I got to play Minecraft with my brother this morning, so it was easier to wake up too.
Good. Well, I'm sorry. I hope you sleep better tonight.
Thank you.
Sometimes maybe like talking about your dream with your parents or something could help you. So, Dylan?
I have a thorn. My allergies this time of year are not very good. So it's like hard for me to sleep and stuff, so that's not awesome.
Oh, I'm sorry. My allergies are bothering me lately too. So it's that time of year when the snow is gone and the buds are popping. So good. It's a good thing for that, but not so good for us allergy sufferers. I hope you feel better. Mesa and then Haley.
I have two things. Dylan reminded me because the older I get, the worse my allergies are. So this time of year, I just sneeze a lot because my house in Andover has a lot of flowers around it. And yesterday I went for a hike, and that was really nice. It was really pretty and fun.
Awesome. Good. Haley?
When my dad and I were hiking by the river, we saw a lot of what were they? They were fern sprouts, and if they're the right ones, my dad will eat them because if they like grow a little bit, I don't remember what they're called, but he eats them, and so that's cool.
Yeah. Does anybody know what those are called when you eat the little fern sprouts? Does anybody remember that name? They're called fiddleheads.
Corn dog.
No, they're called fiddleheads. So, yeah, that's like a lot of people here in Maine are foragers for fiddleheads, and you can find them at the grocery stores at this time of year, or sometimes people like selling them on the side of the road or whatever. So they're so delicious. They kind of are like, it's like asparagus or something, I think. That's how I make them. They're delicious.
Yeah, we put them on the grill in tinfoil, and we make them, and they're so good.
They are so good with little garlic and olive oil and lemon. Yum. Hey, now I want some. Thanks for that reminder, Haley. That sounds fun to get to spend some time in the woods with your dad, too. Tommy?
Well, I have a rose and a thorn. Actually, it's just a thorn. Last night I also couldn't sleep, not because of nightmare. It was because my new cat, Olive, likes to jump. We finally let her out of her cage, and she likes to jump on my bed and jump on my feet and climb into the covers and sleep between my legs. And she won't stop moving. And it's nice the first 6 minutes, and then she just like bites your toes, and it just gets annoying. And so I like would go to sleep for 10 minutes and then wake up, and it's just terrible.
Oh, kittens are like that. That actually reminds me of this poem that I was just reading in a book I borrowed from Mrs. Lilly. It's a verse novel called Serendipity and Me. And Danny had suggested that I read it. She said it was really good. And she gets this little kitten named Serendipity. And she's describing having the kitten sitting on her bed and how her kitten thinks that her feet under the covers are like moles or mice burrowing under the earth, and that her kitten just has to pounce on them to stop them from moving. And so sounds like what Olive was doing to your feet, Tommy. Exactly. Hi, Gideon. I'm glad you have joined us here. Nice to see you. Anybody else have a rose thorn bud to share with us today? Okay. I'm feeling, I'm in the green zone today. It's such a nice day outside. I'm really excited to get to take some of my classes out there. And in a little bit, I'll let you guys do an outside activity for a few minutes too, okay? So first we got to do a couple other things. So in a few minutes, we'll get back to our work that we've been doing this week on the statistics and probability standard with using the dot plots and comparing data using dot plots. So just a reminder that when we get back to that, the main problem that I've been seeing on some of the things that have been turned in on the comparing dot plots is that people are still answering those questions about the variability and using evidence that you can see about the variability in the dot plots. People are still, instead of answering that question by using the sample that's there, talking about how spread out they are or how centered they are and symmetrical that you can see around the mode in that set of data. I'm instead seeing a lot of you still just analyzing it. So saying things like the mode is 7.5, or there's nobody who who listened to music for less than 7 hours in the 7th grade set of data. So those are great ways to analyze that data too, but just keep in mind that when you're comparing, they want you to focus on the variability. So double check that. And then a lot of you are going to get ready to use our class data that we collected. You're going to pick a couple of sets and you're going to make your own dot plots to analyze that data. And we know that the dot plots are going to be, what is every single dot plot going to be? What tool are you going to use when you draw that, Kyler?
A number line?
A number line, exactly. So we're not going to be putting labels like the cities where the Super Bowls happened and putting X's like a line plot. Instead, you're going to be using the numbers and using the dots and then being able to say something like the number of cities that hosted the Super Bowl. So your dot plots have to be a number line. So thanks for remembering that. So we'll get back to that in a few minutes, and I'll give you some time to go do that independently, either just with inside or outside if you want to, okay? So one other thing that we're going to do first is, when I was looking at the survey that we did recently, I know that you all had said that a lot of our inspirational videos were really helpful to you and enjoyable to you. So just yesterday, Natalie, who you know is in the 5th grade, showed me this amazingly inspirational video that Mrs. Doyen shared with their class. And if you don't know Mrs. Doyen, she's one of the 5th grade teachers, and she is so awesome and so kind and so athletic. She actually was a Paralympic skier back in the day, and she was born with cerebral palsy, so she can walk with support from her her adaptive like crutches, but she also uses her wheelchair sometimes. And this video is so amazingly inspirational. It's somebody who broke the Guinness Book of World Records for several really unbelievably dangerous stunts in his wheelchair. So I'm going to let you guys watch this video for a few. And when we're done, I want you to think about your connections to this video. Do you have any time when you were able to overcome a challenge? Do you have a goal that you've set for yourself and have been able to achieve, or anything else you might want to talk about related to this video? So I'm going to go ahead and get ready to share my screen for you, and we'll start watching this super cool video. You can shut off your camera so it's not glitchy.
I had a dream this happened before. My name is Aaron Wheels
That was
Fotheringham. I'm from Las Vegas, Nevada, and I ride WCMX, wheelchair motocross. When I was a kid, I always dreamed about being a pro skater or a pro BMX rider, and I just loved watching X Games and watching all the pros, and I was born with spina bifida. It's a birth defect, and, it gave me a different set of wheels to try and make it happen. For the tallest wheelchair quarter pipe drop-in, that one was pretty scary. I get up there and I'm just like, feel like I'm on top of the world. It's scary because you're looking over the edge and it looks like you're gonna drop all the way to the bottom. Adam said, "Hey, it's your time to go." I just wheeled over the edge and just did a free fall. First time I ever dropped into a skate park, I was there with my older brother and my dad. And my older brother was a BMX rider at the time, and he kind of helped pump me up. Finally dropped in, and first couple times didn't work, but eventually I rolled away from it, and from that point I was just completely hooked. For the furthest wheelchair distance jump, that one just worked perfectly. First try I was able to clear the ramp, and then was going for the tallest wheelchair hand plant and didn't manage to get that. One of the things that motivates me to keep going is the feeling I get when I succeed at something, especially something I've tried for a very long time. That just kind of showed me I thought that was impossible, but I was able to make it happen. I was able to hurry up and get back to the top and then go for it again. I was able to get a little bit further, I believe, on my distance jump, which is always good. And then was able to pull off the hand plant right after. And just to be able to complete those two records in one jump that was the goal. I got a little caught up in the moment and thought, well, since the first gap worked, why not go for the biggest one? Had a feeling I might not get the speed, but went for it. Came up a little bit short, which wasn't very good. Believe it or not, when I got dressed this morning, these clothes didn't have all these holes. Some road rash right there. I tore up my sleeves right there, and I ended up bending my wheelchair and gonna have to do some repairs on that, but we're here. We're alive. We're good. For the last week, thinking, I've got 3 records coming up, and, I hope I succeed. But I really couldn't have asked for a better day. Everything just went smoothly, and I'm just super pumped we made it happen, and pumped Guinness World Records was able to come out and make it official. As a little kid, I loved reading the Guinness World Records books. To actually be a part of it is just, a childhood dream come true.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Well done. Congratulations. Very special record, that one. Congratulations, Aaron. You are officially amazing.
It's a cool feeling to be in a position where kids and adults look up to me and to show people that a wheelchair is a bit more than just a medical device. It's it's actually a tool to help you succeed, and that's been really cool. It can be overwhelming, but take it one step at a time, and when you fail, get back up and try it again. Each time you don't quite succeed is just something to learn from. Definitely be in touch with Guinness World Records to maybe pull off some big stuff in the future. Need to hit up Colton, get some new pants.
All right. So that's pretty amazing, right? Did you guys have any connections to what you saw there in the video? Any times that you can think of a time that you set a goal and were able to accomplish it, or a time that you were able to overcome a struggle or a challenge that you had, or maybe even some goals that you've set for yourself and how you're working on them? Michaela, you want to start first, and then Mesa?
I have a goal. It's not really active like that, but I'm wanting to finish a blanket for my friend before her birthday, which is in November. But it's a big blanket, so I'm doing it every day. So
That's awesome. So setting like a little schedule for yourself and giving yourself enough time to accomplish that goal. That's important. Mesa?
This summer I was learning how to skateboard, and the first like week or two I learned how to do my ollie, and I learned how to drop into the half pipe.